Hi, so we're gonna tell you a fun little story time. We were working together at the same place, and then after a team meeting, we were gonna get a ride from a fellow colleague, and then he's like, "Oh, where do you live?" And I was like, "Oh, it's like really close by to you." And he lives here, and I lived like literally the street over. And then he's like, "I need Google." And then I showed him the Google, like directions, and then he's like, "That is too hard. I can't read." And then I was like, "Okay, you can drop me off at your place, and then I can go over there." And he's like, "No, you're not allowed to walk." And then we're like, "Okay, you can drop us halfway," which was like at her house. And then like we were walking to the car, and then we're like, la la, whatever, talking about work. And then he literally just like fell over, and we were so shocked, but he was like halfway in front of us down the sidewalk. And then these random group of 4 men literally like, picked him up and like helped him up. He was fine, he wasn't hurt or anything, but like he just like fell because like the sidewalk was like cracked in half or something. And then so we finally got to the car, and then we were like making it halfway there, and then he's like, "I need directions. Where do we go?" And then the directions said, "Oh, you need to do a U-turn." And mind you, we're like on the freeway, and he's going 70. And you're like, "Oh, that's not bad." He's like going 70, and he's like, "I do a U-turn." And I'm like, "Yes, you do a U-turn on the freeway." I'm like, "No, you don't do a U-turn." And then she's on the back. She's in the back, like holding on. She's holding on the car. She's like, "Ah!" And I'm like, "No, no, no, no." And then I was just like trying to. At this point, I was just trying to convince him to drop us off at his house, because like, at least
just let me get out of the car.
Yeah, we just wanted to leave. We didn't want to like, you know.
Trying to do a U-turn on the.
I was like, no.
We're not even making that up. You trying to do a U-turn on the highway.
He even turned on his little car lights. He's like, "Okay, I'm gonna do a U-turn." I'm like, "No, do a U-turn here." And then so we finally hit the streets, and I remember because where she lived, there's like no service. Like
you dropped me off first.
Yeah.
Did you meet home safe?
And he was so mad. He's like, "There's no internet here." And I'm like, "I think it's this way." And he's like, "What do you mean you think it's this way?" I'm like, "I don't know. I'm not the one driving the car." And he was like so mad that we lost internet, because I had to give him instructions like, take left, turn right. But it was like basically going the same way to his house. I don't know why he needed instructions from me. And then he was like really mad, and we finally made it there. And then he finally stopped, and I thought we were gonna die. And he's like, "Never again will I do this." And we were just like, okay, because we didn't want to get him more mad. Like, he was already very mad. And we were mad, but like, you're never gonna argue with somebody driving the car, especially if they tried to do a U-turn on the street. And then
You just
as soon
hoping
as
we'll make it through it now.
I know, and I remember like when we got out of the car, literally we were sitting on her steps for like 5 minutes, just collecting like like, and then we finally went inside the house, and then I was like, "I'm just gonna Uber home," because that was so traumatic. And even though this happened years ago, it was really funny, and I'm still traumatized. And the moral of the story is, don't ask your coworker for a ride, just Uber or suffer. Yeah, just Uber, suffer, take the bus.
Don't take the questionable ride from the unhinged man. You're like, maybe this will be okay, but my gut's telling me otherwise.
Yeah. So anyways, I know we're laughing about it, but it's not a laughing matter. I am severely upset, okay? Like, I'm scared. Instead of scary movies, I'm scared of this experience. And any comments on the car ride? Any comments on the car ride? My comments are just never ask for a ride, just be self-sufficient. At least when it comes to rides with people you don't really know that well, because anytime I drive on that freeway, I'm like I'm scared. Yeah, okay. So that is all. I mean, there were other things that he did that were really funny, but maybe a story for another time. So until then, let us know if she should bring her special plungers to clog my toilet.